Well, the parts finally came in for Project 93. We were able to get the new OEM gas tank hold down bolt that allows the seat to clip in properly. Now, in this video, we're going to concentrate on getting the graphics on Project 93 and finally getting this bike started up. So when it comes to putting new graphics, even though we got brand new plastic, and we've said this in other videos, we use rubbing alcohol, okay? 99% pure rubbing alcohol. You can buy it at Walmart, any kind of local pharmacy, something like that. We're gonna soak down our rag or paper towel in rubbing alcohol, and we're gonna give the plastic a really good clean, because OEM, brand new plastic, any plastic, the stuff here from UFO is amazing. The color is great, but they all have oils from the release agents, from the molds and stuff like that. And they do a great job of cleaning them up. But we need to remove any dust or debris, oil from our fingerprints, anything like that from us installing it on all the plastic so that our graphics will actually stick and we don't have them falling off. So we'll go around the whole bike, give it a whole clean. There's nothing worse than spending all this money on a really nice graphics kit for your bike and having them not stick properly. We've got individual stickers to do the back fender for Project 93. So I like to lay them out and get a rough idea of spacing and stuff like that. So then you can figure out, before you start sticking them down and they don't look right, you can figure out whereabouts you want them. And I like to leave them sitting on there while I stick the first one on.
Seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago.
The number one thing I've learned from installing graphics, guys, is don't rush. That is the number one thing. Really take your time, take a good look, make sure it's how you want them to look. And then don't force the graphics on. You want to just put them on, but like I said, don't rush. I'm trying to maintain about a ½ inch of gap there. Looks pretty good. And they're your graphics. If you didn't like something, change it, cut it off. You don't like a little color, maybe there's a yellow you don't like, or a red, or something just seems out of place. That's what's nice about graphics, is you're doing your own bike. You're customizing something for you. Take your time and do it the way you want. Now we're gonna go over all these graphics after with a heat gun to try and help bring the glue, smoothing it out and everything like that. That looks pretty good. We're going with a real retro style to the 93 because, well, it's an old bike. Maintain that ½ inch gap again. This is very close to what Honda would have had on their bikes in 93. Well, I think the graphics really make Project 93 stand out. Really gives it that retro look that it needed. The UFO plastics, amazing plastics, but the graphics definitely bring the bike to life. Anyway, I guess we should finally start this bike up. And now I've never fired it up before. I have no idea how many kicks it's gonna take me, but I'm gonna swap over the mic so we actually get the sound of the bike and we get rid of the sound off me. And I guess we'll see how it runs. Like I said, I haven't started it yet, guys, so I really hope it fires up, and I really hope it runs half decent. But we got a brand new carb I've never used before. So hopefully Project 93 fires right up. We did put some gas in it. We'll see. Ooh. So the importance of heat cycles, guys. This is a brand new fresh motor. If you've been following along with the series, you know that we built the motor and that's the first time it started up from anything. It's never had any fuel in it. We just finally got some fuel, put the oil in, and we fired it up. So we've warmed the bike up to the point where the water pump is fairly warm. The exhaust is obviously warm. Don't go grabbing the exhaust with your bare hand. It's gonna be hot. The bike was running. Anyway, we're gonna do this about 3 times. We're gonna let it cool right down. While that happens, we'll go ahead and clean up the rest of the bike, you know, mess around. But Project 93 fired right up. The carb obviously needs a little bit of adjustment. It won't idle. I wasn't gonna fiddle with it while I'm trying to just break the motor in. You fiddle with that stuff once the heat cycles are done. After the 3rd heat cycle, then we'll adjust the carb so that the bike will idle. I was holding it at idle, obviously, and we'll get it set up so it's snappy and ready to rock. Well, during our last heat cycle, guys, look what we noticed. We had a puddle of antifreeze underneath the bike. And I didn't notice it. I started checking the water pump. I started checking everything. I didn't know what I'd done wrong. But you can see on that C-clamp, or that hose clamp right here, you can see it's leaking. So the hose clamp, now I didn't replace the hoses on Project 93. We were trying to save them. I thought they looked pretty good, but obviously this hose is damaged. So we're gonna have to get a new upper hose and clean that up, and then we'll finally get to ride Project 93. Do you guys remember what Project 93 looked like when we first pulled it in the shop? I do, and it didn't look like this. We're 99.9% of the way there. This bike is almost done. That rad hose kind of put a hiccup in things, normal Project 93 fashion. You know, the snags are there, but this is the last one before we finally get to ride this bike. Anyway, guys, like and subscribe on the videos. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about the graphics, the old school Honda graphics. I like them. I think it's era appropriate for the bike. And the Project 93 deserved to look a little nicer than it did. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Stay tuned to the next one where we'll be actually riding this bike and showcasing a before and after of what we've all done. I think it'll be a really cool video. Thanks again. We'll see you in the next one.